Welcome to another quick tutorial on Lisa, Jeff, and Mike's Technology Lab for the course Time-Saving Technology Tips. This one about updating Windows and other software programs, especially programs that you're using for online teaching. Adobe software is famous for this. It's always requiring updates, and if you don't do them on a frequent basis, it can cause the program to load very slowly. This is level beginner, duration size small. Demo includes updating your software. So for this particular note here, we put if you don't update your software, you may be forced to update right when you don't have time. So right when you're doing something is always when it says, oh, you got to update this, and then it takes forever. So if you have a chance when you're using it, when you're not teaching, do the updates, because the updates usually aren't including a bunch of stuff you don't need. They're usually updates that are sent to you that are requiring you to keep the software up to date with Windows and vice versa. Windows sends you updates so that it works properly with other software programs that Windows coordinates with. So updating Windows and updating Adobe, and you can't really miss it. When you open an Adobe program, it says, do you want to update this? Or when you try and use the Adobe Help menu, which is very often, it says, do you want to update this? So I'm not going to demo that in the video. I will demo a quick Windows update here, but tips from the pros, update on campus. And that's why I'm going to use the Windows update for my demonstration here, because since I got my new laptop, and I'm sure it's similar for most of you, I can't actually get most of the Windows updates when I'm off campus. I have to be connected to the Fanshawe server to get the proper updates, because they do monitor some of the stuff that comes in. So you want to make sure that you're on campus so that you can actually get the proper updates. And in addition to that, it's better to be on campus because it's faster, and that's really good, especially for Adobe updates that can be a bit heavy. They're blazing fast on campus. So to update my computer today, a lot of you might not do this because you just wait until Windows requires an update, right? But I'm suggesting that you keep your Windows up to date manually, because there might be stuff that would actually speed your computer up, help you out, maybe cause certain color settings and stuff like that to work properly with Illuminate, things like that. So all programs go into Windows Update right there. It's usually going to be above the foldered items in the program list. Okay, it's going to have its own little icon that looks just like that. Even if you have the last version of Windows, I think it looks just the same. You click on Windows Update. Once you get into Windows Update, it says Windows is up to date. Fine, whatever. Okay. However, you might be able to check online for updates available from Microsoft. And when I try and do this at home, and this may be because my administrator settings are a little different than yours, but it doesn't work for me. So definitely works on campus. Right now, everything for my administrator is up to date, but I can still check online for Microsoft updates. So I haven't done this in a week or so. Let's see what we got here. Usually they're always trying to throw a bunch of language updates in there, and you don't really need those. So, and those will be optional updates. But if there's more of a high priority update, it'll categorize it as such. So in another minute or so, we should be good on the updates. And again, the Adobe products that are kind of famous for this, as I said. I'm hoping you guys, as I suggested, may have gone down and got the master collection. If you haven't opened one of these in a while, or you've never opened them, that's usually when it's going to ask for an update. Or if you try and access the help menu, or pretty much just when you're starting your computer, oftentimes Adobe stuff is coming through. So I've got 23 important updates. So even though my system administrator hasn't told me to get these updates, if Microsoft considers them important, I usually get them. Okay, now it only selected 23, but there's actually 26 available. And the 35 optional are almost always going to be the language updates. So let's just click in there and see what they are. Yeah, so you can install all these extra language packs, which is kind of good to know if you ever need it. I don't really need that. So Lenovo ThinkPad display. Weird. Why is there an update for that? I'm definitely getting that, because you never know, you might have something weird going on with your monitor. So I'm going to get that. Click OK. And I'm going to go back to these 26 important updates. Which ones is it not? Update for Windows 7. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll just select it. Windows 7. Ooh, Internet Explorer 9. Nice. That's probably going to cause me some trouble, but I'm going to get it anyway. And then I always grab the Malicious software removal tool. It's not a bad thing to have. They explain what you're picking up over here if you don't look. See, so that thing, update for Windows 7, where was it? Right here. Install, resolve issues with Windows for complete listing. Okay, so, there's always issues with Windows. I'm just going to get it. And then this This tool runs a one-time check to keep your computer. So it's always good to get this, right? And the reason you see it a lot in updates is because it receives definition updates. It's not the same as virus protection software, but it's good to have. So just a quick lesson on how to grab these updates and go through the these are all optional pretty much, but even though they're called important, but go through them to see what you need. I just, anything important I always get, and my computer is always blazing fast, so I must be doing something right. So install updates. Typically after you do this, it's going to require a restart, so be prepared for that. And believe it or not, I have run into situations where I tried to use something and I was teaching online and I was trying to use a plugin in my web design course, and of course I hadn't updated the plugin, and then I'm sitting there in front of the students thinking like, oh crap, now they're going to think I don't know what I'm doing, even though it's just a matter of updating my window so I have the proper plugin. That stuff does happen. So online instructors, always update your stuff. That's the main theme here of this tutorial, and hopefully we came in under 5 minutes. This should be a pretty simple one. So I'm gonna let it update on its own. I may or may not need to restart. It depends on the updates, but I'm not gonna make you guys sit and wait to see what happens. So I'll see you in the next video.